What is up, Cornhole Nation? We got Greg Geary, ACL Pro, on the show this week. We're going to talk about his strong 2 finishes back-to-back at the ACL Championships back in 2018, and of course this first National of the Year, the ACL Kickoff Battle. We're also going to look at the national schedule for the rest of the year, get you guys hyped up for that. This is the ACL Throwdown. ACL Pro Greg Geary is going to chat with me this week. He is excited coming off of his strong finish at the first National of the season, but I know that third place finish only motivates him to try to get to that number 2 and, of course, that number 1 spot at a National this year. But first, let's talk about our national schedule for the year. It has been finalized. We finalized it right before the first National of the year, but let's review it for all of you so everything is on the table. Of course, we had our first National of the year in our Johnsonville Cornhole Championships. That was at the ACL Kickoff Battle in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Next, we will be in St. Louis, Missouri. Yes, St. Louis, the home of the Arch. We will be at the America's Center Convention Complex. That is March 29th through the 31st. Again, another 3-day event for you guys to travel to. That will be our second National of the year. That will be our ACL Cornhole Mania. Obviously, Cornhole Mania last year was in Vegas, which was a ton of fun. It was one of our best games, one of our best events. And from Florida, going up to the Midwest, there's a great hub of players in the Midwest. I anticipate this event to actually sell out. So as soon as registration opens, if it's not already open, make sure you guys jump on that and get registered, because that's going to be a great event. After that one, we're going to travel across country, give our West Coast a little bit of love. We will be right outside of Phoenix, Arizona. We will be at the Harrah's Casino, the Acl Casino Resort. So we love our Harrah's. We've been there at Cherokee a few years. Now this season we're going to be at the Harrah's Acl right outside of Phoenix. That is going to be May 17th through the 19th. So make your plans to get out there out west. I've never been to Phoenix before. I am excited to get out there. Never been to Arizona, so it's going to be a fun one. Our fourth National of the season will be July 3rd through July 6th. That will be at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Mohegan Sun, one of the biggest casino resorts in the country. It is going to be amazing. It's going to have a similar vibe to Cherokee, where everything you want is right there. And everybody's going to be staying near the same place. It's a lot of fun. I love the vibe that Cherokee gave us. And Mohegan Sun in Connecticut is going to be incredible. So that's July 3rd through 6th for our fourth National, as well as our ACL Pro Invitational. There will be 2 linear television broadcasts for that National, so that one's going to be a ton of fun. You want to make sure you're there up in Connecticut. Then, of course, we're going to wrap up our season with our 2019 ACL Championships, August 6th through the 11th. Plenty of days to get your cornhole fix for the end of the season. That is going to be at Valley Forge Casino in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. 15, 25 minutes outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So you can get your cheesesteak fill there. We're going to give some more Northeast love. And so that event is going to be the biggest cornhole tournament ever. That's what I'm feeling. I mean, we may come close to 1,000 players out there. Those championships are going to be incredible. Make sure you keep playing throughout the season. The more you play throughout the season, the cheaper the championships are going to be for you to enter. So keep coming to all these nationals, playing in regionals, playing in conferences. This season is going to be our best yet. The best is yet to come. All right, I'm going to stop going on and on about our national schedule. And let's get to our guest for the week. Let's talk with ACL Pro Greg Geary, talk about his success at the championships, about his success in Florida, and about how he hopes to succeed for the rest of the season. ACL Pro Greg Geary joining me on the show this week, coming off of his strong finish at the 2019 ACL kickoff battle. That is now 2 back-to-back third-place finishes. Obviously, the first one coming with Terry Mathis at the 2018 ACL Championships in that advanced doubles division. Greg, first of all, thank you for joining me this week. Second of all, like I said, you're kind of on a hot streak here. In Florida, finished great with ACL Pro partner Lester Price. How would you evaluate your play back in Florida?
First of all, Trey, I'd like to thank you for having me on here. As most cornhole players, I mean, it's always an accomplishment to make it on the ESPN broadcast, make it to the Final Four. But like any other cornhole player, you're never done until you finish in first place. And I know I can speak for Lester also as well as myself. Unless we get first, there's nothing else. Being on ESPN was amazing. It's always good, but to be able to finish first on ESPN is our main goal.
Oh, I definitely hear that. So if we look at your past 2 finishes, in a sense, I bet you're excited, but at the same time, does that mean was this third place finish just even more frustrating just because it was the same finish that you had at the championships in July, or does it kind of have 2 different feels to it?
I guess you could say it had 2 different feels to it. I guess one, finishing third at the Worlds versus finishing third at Nationals. At least finishing third at Nationals has got us something to build on. Where at Worlds, I didn't have nowhere to progress after that at the end of the season. But finishing third at the National, we got 3 more Nationals to finish above that to work for.
And I hear you on that. Always looking at the positive spin on it. I absolutely love it. So what is just so funny to me, and I've had a chance to talk with some of the players from your area, is, talking with guys like ACL Pro, Josh Lunsford, even your partner, Lester Price, looking at your area, you're not winning all of these tournaments local to Kentucky. It just seems like a lot of times you'll finish at the top half. Maybe you'll win a couple here and there, but it's not as if you're dominating play. But then all of a sudden, when you get to these national events, it just seems like you sweep the floor with people. You're on this roll. You're dominating, making it all the way to those last 4, making it on these ESPN broadcasts. What is it about the national stage that just makes you bring your A game?
I guess just being local and playing with all the same players all the time, I get so comfortable. And also with it just being like our local regional or local blind draw, there's not as much money involved, of course. And I guess the mindset is kind of more laid back at like a local regional just to get points for the nationals. But when it comes to a national, it's just like I just get focused, zoned in, and way more money at stake. So I guess you could say I'm going to work as far as getting my mindset on what I want and what to accomplish at a national versus a local regional.
Going to work, get those dollar bill signs just right in front of your face. I love it. I love it. That's a great mentality to have. So, you said it yourself, in Florida, finishing third place, Lester Price. It's a fantastic start. But you said it gives you room to improve. So that I think I already know the answer, but what are the goals for you for the rest of the season? What do you think the limits are for Greg Geary as an individual and as a pro team with ACL Pro Lester Price?
Well, of course, as a pro team, we're looking to look forward to winning a national to get that automatic bid for the Pro Invitational. We would love that. That was one of our main goals from the get-go, was to make it to that Pro Invitational, to win a national, to get our name out there more than what it already is. And as far as just a single standpoint, I would love to win a national myself, but finishing 9th down in Florida in my bracket wasn't my greatest accomplishment that I was going for. But like I said earlier, it gives me something to build on, and it kind of gets me to see where I'm at versus everybody else and what game plan I got to have to beat the players that beat me.
Yeah, and having the right mentality is most of the work there. ACL Pro Greg Geary. Well, next stop is St. Louis. And so I know you're getting jacked up. I know you're getting excited for that. You mentioned the Pro Invitational coming up later in July. I'm hoping to see you at all these events. Hopefully, we'll get you in that ACL Pro Invitational. Can't wait to see how you finish there if you make it. Greg, that is all the time we got this week. Thanks so much for sitting down and talking some cornhole.
Thanks again, Trey. Thanks for having me on the show, and I'll see everyone in St. Louis.
Very few words, but not lacking talent is ACL Pro Greg Geary. Greg, thanks so much for sitting down with me this week and chatting about your success not only last season, but this season. I hyped up our national schedule on my Trey's Takes this week. Make sure you get registered. As this registration opens, you can go register at app.iplayacl.com. That is our web app. That is app.iplayacl.com. Log in, click event registrations, and then, of course, select the events that you want to play in. Make sure that you have your director update your skill level so you are playing in the right tournaments. That is all the time that I got this week on the ACL Throwdown. For the American Cornhole League, this is Trey Rotter. We'll see you guys next week.